Welcome to yet another episode of Optics Trade Debates. Today we are going to discuss about mounting dimensions or dimensions associated with rifle scope mounts, since these are one of the most common questions we get. My name is Theodore.
I'm Andras.
And Andras, I would like to start with the most common question. We will also put a nice picture into this frame about two measurements which are most commonly asked for, BH and KR.
Yes.
Could you please explain what this means?
Yes. So let's start with BH. BH stands for build height, which comes from the German word Bauhöhe. And this is essentially the uppermost part here of the rifle's receiver, right here.
Yeah.
So the front part measured to the bottom part of the rifle scope's tube.
Okay, so if I say like this, so it's basically measured from here
Yes,
to here.
that's right.
So in this case, when you have a complete mount like this Recknagel pivot mount, it means the height of the base
That's right.
and the height of the front foot and ring all the way to the
Yes, you have
scope
to
barrel.
take the base and all the other parts into account when measuring BH.
Okay, I understand in this way. Okay, so this is build height, but in this case, when we have a complete mount, the bases are calculated in the total height, the BH of the mount. What about when we have a normal Picatinny rail on the rifle, like this one? Then, and if we measure the BH height from, let's say, Picatinny rings, like this one,
Yes.
or let's say Picatinny monoblock, like this one, how is BH then defined for this type of mounts?
Yeah, so when you look, for example, at this Picatinny monoblock, the BH of the Picatinny is not already, let's say, it's not,
Calculated into the total height, yeah?
that's right, it's not calculated into the total, you have to add it to get the BH. So if, for example, if the BH of this Picatinny is around 7 millimeters, you have to add 7 millimeters to the BH height of,
To get a total
to get a total BH. And just to show you guys how to measure BH of a monoblock, just like this. So this is 15 millimeters of BH.
Okay, so with all Picatinny mounts, like Picatinny rings or Picatinny monoblocks, the BH is always considered from this mounting surface which connects
That's right.
which touches the Picatinny rail to the lower part of the ring. I think that the Spur is the exception. On their home webpage, they are always talking about the height from Picatinny rail to the center of the rings. Why are we not using this measurement?
We want to keep it easy for the customers. We want our customers to, for example, compare, I don't know, a mount from Recknagel mount to Spur mount. So we use the same way of measuring for all the brands.
Okay, so when you go on our webpage, the BH means from the lower mounting surface of the mount
To the
upper, to the
even
ring.
with Spur. So we already remove this distance and we only list this one.
So okay, so
Yes.
all the comparisons on our webpage work. Okay,
That's right.
What about with the scopes? Let's say like this Swarovski, which have a rail. I presume that the BH is then measured to the lower part of the rail,
That's
or
right.
it's measured to the scope.
No, it's measured to the lower part of the rail.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, if we have a, let's say, a pivot mount with a, well, I would say for a scope with rail like this one, then the BH is measured from this surface to this surface.
Yes, not with this, without, because these
Yeah,
are
this is-
all
they're
already
going
fit into
inside
the
of
scope.
the
That's
rail,
right.
yeah.
So from this part here to this part,
It's always the front mounting
Always.
surface used,
yes,
or the rear?
the front mount,
The front.
mounting surface.
Okay, so it's always from here to here.
That's right.
I presume that then if we use the Picatinny pivot mount, like this one, it's again this surface and this surface. This is
That's right. To the, in this case, to the most upper part of the Picatinny rail.
So okay, this surface and this surface.
That's right.
I think that BH is now more or less understood. I also have here one slide-on mount. This one is for CZ 550. The rifle which has a 19 millimeters dovetail on its receiver. The BH here is measured probably, I presume, from the surface which goes on the rifle to the lower part of the ring.
That's right.
So in this case, let's make a measurement that I see if this is correct. So again, 15 millimeters. Interesting. Now, the next most common question is what KR stands for.
Yeah, so KR means extension. It comes from the German word Krüppung. And the extension is, as a general fact, measured here from the middle part of this screw here.
Okay, so where the mount holds the rifle, yeah?
It's measured from this part here, as I said, to the end part of the front ring, so the end part.
So in this case would be?
In this case it is
around
30 millimeters.
30 millimeters,
yes.
So if I understand correctly, also on this pivot mount, the actual KR is from the middle of the key to the end of the ring.
That's right.
So if I measure it here, it's like this. Like this, yeah. Again, about 44 millimeters. I do know that in most cases the KR or the extension, at least on all hunting rifles, go backwards. So they go from the base backwards so that we can get the scope back enough to get the proper eye relief. What about with an AR rifles? I know that they also have the extension, like on this one. This is the cantilever mount, but this time the extension is in the other way. It's pointing forward. And if you measure it here, how much are these extensions approximately? Let's say
let's measure it. It's again measured from this middle of the front screw to the end part, and the measure is approximately it's quite
76.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
around 70 millimeters.
In millimeters, yeah. I would say most cases I know are either like this one, 3 inches or 2 inches and about 51 millimeters. So in both cases we can have either KR or extension which is pointing backward. This is on most hunting rifles.
That's right.
Or on AR rifles when you have the KR or the extension pointing forward. Did we forget anything? Is there anything else what we get?
I think we covered the basics.
I also think so.
KR.
Please look one more time the image in this video, in the lower part of the video, where you can see graphically represented what KR and BH means. And we hope that this video was helpful, because these two questions are definitely among the most common ones we get on emails. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and see you in the next video.